What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back my subscribers. Welcome if you're new to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to break down a really awesome alternative to selling on Amazon via FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon. With our private label products, Amazon is now restricting us to only 200 units. We can only send in 200 units of a new product launch, and that'll just be on your first shipment. But in today's video, I want to break down and talk about FBM. It's an awesome alternative and really one of the best ways that you can continue to sell more inventory and get around this new inventory limit. With Q4 coming up, you're probably buying way more than just 200 units. I usually buy about 500 units of a new product launch. And so I want to talk about and teach you guys step by step today how to fulfill via FBM, Fulfillment by Merchant. What labels, what paper do you need, what packaging and barcodes? I'm gonna break it all down in this video and answer all those questions and more. Welcome to the channel if you're new. My name is Brian Noonan. I'm a full-time Amazon FBA seller and mentor. Right here on this channel, I release 1 to 2 new videos every single week covering everything Amazon FBA related, e-commerce, making money online, being an entrepreneur. If you enjoy that type of content, make sure to go down right now, give me a thumbs up on this video, subscribe, and drop a comment, and you'll be automatically entered to win a 30-minute mentorship coaching call with me. My job right here on this channel is to help educate, teach, impact as many lives as possible. I went from a struggling drug addict all the way to a full-time 6-figure Amazon FBA seller. I have a true passion for helping, teaching, and mentoring people. Without any other delays, let's jump into today's video going over FBM Merchant Fulfilled. Coming up. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm trying. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. All right, guys, welcome inside my computer. Let's jump right into it. You know, FBM is a great alternative, especially for those of you out there who are launching a new product, or maybe you sent in 500 units to the Amazon warehouse. Maybe you have 500 units at the Amazon warehouse and they're just not selling very well. What you could do is leave 200 or 300 at Amazon and then have the other ones shipped out to your house, and you could fulfill via FBM on the side. Okay, good. Microphone's on. I can see the screen recorder is happening, so perfect. So let's talk about Amazon FBM. If you don't know what Amazon FBM is, that stands for Fulfillment by Merchant. Now, we mostly do with FBA private label. We're doing FBA, where we ship our inventory directly from the supplier into the Amazon warehouse and let Amazon's employees and fulfillment centers send out our orders to the customers. That's the very passive business model. And one of the main reasons I chose Amazon FBA was because I didn't have to package and ship products every single day, all these orders coming in. So FBA is still probably remains the best option. Just let Amazon store and ship your inventory. But there's a couple things that are going on. Number one, like I said, for new products, we have that new 200 unit max. So if you're just starting out selling on Amazon, you're only going to be able to ship in 200 units. And 200 units is kind of the max right now. What FBM means is every time you have the listing set to both FBA and FBM, and I'll show you here how to do that in a moment. But let's say you have the listing set to both FBA and FBM, or maybe just FBM. You want to just sell out of your house or through a 3PL, which I'll talk about here in a minute as well. Every time an order is placed, a customer buys your product, you'll get a notification in your Manage Orders tab that you need to ship out the product. And essentially what this entails is you going inside your Seller Central account, you filling in, you'll need a scale, you'll need a box, and you're going to package, enter the weight, enter the dimensions of your product's packaging, and then buy shipping right through your Seller Central account, print out the shipping label on a normal printer, and then tape it onto the box or the envelope or the bag, whatever you're using, and then ship it out either through UPS, FedEx, or USPS. So FBM is probably the best alternative, guys, if Amazon continues with this inventory limit and it comes down with any other stricter rules. I do think that this inventory limit is going to stay until the end of the year, all the way through Q4. So through the end of the year, Q4, October, November, December. One benefit of finding or reaching out and using either your house or a 3PL is you're going to save on storage fees. During Q4, Amazon storage fees, which you'll get charged on any excess inventory that's not selling well after about 30 or 60 days, can go up to like $2.45 per unit, Depending on how big your product is, if it takes up a lot of space or it weighs a lot, you're going to pay more in storage fees. So using a 3PL or storing the excess inventory at your house and doing what I'm about to talk about, FBM, can save you a lot on storage fees. Let's talk about the basics of setting up your listing to both FBA and FBM. Once you're inside your Seller Central account, over on the right-hand side of the listing that you want to set to FBM or FBA and FBM, which I'm going to show you here now. If you want to set your listing to both FBA and FBM, you'll come over here and click the down arrow next to edit and then add a condition. Here in the add a condition part, you are going to put in your price. You're going to put in your SKU if it's not already there. Now let's talk about price for a minute. I typically would recommend that in the beginning you start with a couple dollars more or higher price than your FBA listing. And the reason is because usually fulfilling by FBM, you're gonna pay a little bit more in shipping costs. So typically guys, for most products, FBA, fulfillment by Amazon, that will be the cheapest option. But in some cases, FBM fees can be cheaper. Now let's talk about fees real quick. With FBA, you're paying the 15% referral fee and the pick and pack fee. That's the FBA fee total for private label FBA. For FBM, merchant fulfilled, you're only paying the 15% referral fee of this selling price plus your shipping costs, whether that's UPS, FedEx, or USPS, which I'll show you here in a minute how to buy that. That's calculated off your weight. So you're just paying through FBM the 15% referral fee of your selling price. And then condition, guys, is going to be new. Fulfillment channel, I will ship this item myself, merchant fulfilled, and then you'll just go down and save and finish and enter the quantity. How many do you have that you can merchant fulfill? Now be careful on this step because once you add this condition, this FBM listing part will be live. And so if you put in here, I have 300 units available for FBM, but you only have 100 at your house to ship, you got to be careful that you only enter what you're available to ship out of your house or at the 3PL. You buy 500 units for your first order. This is your first product launch or a new product launch. You buy 500 units from your supplier. You tell the supplier or your freight forwarder, go ahead and label all of the units with the FN SKU, just like normal. Label all the products, package all the products just like they were going to Amazon. But I need you to ship 200 units to Amazon, and I need you to ship the other 300 to my house. I'll store them in my garage or to a 3PL. I recommend Deliver or ShipBob. Those two are both great third-party logistics warehouses to store your products. And then once you sell through those first 200 units that you sent to Amazon after the first 30 days after you launch or at 2 weeks in, you can create a shipping plan and ship 200 more or ship the remaining 300. Because what will happen, guys, is once you do launch the product, come up here into inventory planning, and this is where you can see how many units you have in excess, how many units your inventory performance index, your IPI. Basically, this is Amazon, seeing how many units you have in stock, how many have you sold, and then calculating an average for how many units they think you should be able or that you are allowed to ship in. Okay, so that's where you check your IPI. Every product will be different. If you've already launched a product, you can come in here and check your IPI. Your IPI, your inventory max may be 350, depending on how many you sold and how many are in stock. I will link a document down below, guys, in the video description that will break down more of a great article by Helium 10 talking more about that IPI score and how Amazon calculates that, okay? Okay, guys, so that's how you're going to add the listing FBM part. Now your listing is set to both FBA and FBM. If you just want to set the listing to only FBM, you could do a couple different things. You could do it this way, where you set the available quantity to all FBM and put your FBA quantity available 0. Or you could just create a new listing for merchant fulfilled. You would need a new UPC and you would need a new FN SKU to go on the product. Now, that's one thing I do want to talk about real quick. You do not need, for FBM fulfillment, you don't need a barcode on your product. However, like I said earlier, it's a really good idea for you to just tell your supplier, if you are ordering 500 units, Tell them I need all of them labeled with the F and SKU, just like normal, packaged and labeled as if they were going to Amazon. If you're just doing FBM, you actually don't need a barcode on your product at all. The F and SKU and that's what goes on the product for FBA. Inside Amazon's warehouse, that's what they scan when your product gets there and when they go get it off the shelf, okay? I know you guys are thinking, wow, this is more complex than I probably thought. You probably thought it was going to be, but I assure you, we've only got a couple more steps left for merchant fulfilled, and you'll be successfully set up to sell products out of your house and send them to customers or use a 3PL to do it for you. Step number 2, after you've set the listing to FBM and FBA or just FBM, is confirming the order. When an order is placed, you will see it up here in your Orders, Manage Orders tab. Orders up here. And what you need to do is click on the order ID. If this was a pending order, meaning you need to ship it, it would tell you that up here. It gives us the first name of the buyer, and it also gives the city and state, sometimes the full address. You can see over here on the right, it gives you the total, how much did the seller or the buyer pay, any notes. And then what you would do here, guys, is right up at the top here, there would be a yellow button that says Buy Shipping. You would click on that, and then you would come down here, and right here will be where you'll enter the product's box packaging. Okay, now let's say that this was the product you were going to ship to your customer. This looks like a pretty sturdy box. You could ship this to your customer FBM. All you would need to do is put the UPS or FedEx or USPS shipping label on the outside of it. If your product is smaller than this, you could actually just go to the dollar store and buy those envelopes for $1. They're padded self-sealing envelopes. You could put your product in there, seal it up, and then this next step, after you, the next step is you need to get a measuring tape and a scale. You'll need to enter here, it'll ask you for the weight. So you enter the weight, let's say it's 1.8 pounds, and then you have to enter the dimensions, length times width times height of that box or the envelope. Okay, so you'd enter the weight and the dimensions, and then it'll show you the options for shipping options. USPS, let's say it'll be $6, UPS, $8, FedEx, $13. I usually just go with the cheapest option, but I keep it between UPS and USPS mostly because I buy those two shipping ones because mostly they're the number one, they're the cheapest in most cases, but number two, my local UPS store ships both USPS, United Postal Service, and UPS packages. So it's just one stop at the end of the day or twice a week to drop off both of those carrier shipping boxes, both USPS and UPS. I can just drop them both off at the UPS store. So that makes it simple for me. And then guys, once you buy shipping and confirm shipping, this will go deducted from your balance. Now, at this point, the customer has already paid you. Your money has already got to your account. Amazon gives you, if you're selling an FBM listing for $24.99, your balance goes to $24.99. You buy shipping, in this case it was $8, so they'll subtract $8 for the shipping you just bought through your seller account, and then they'll also deduct the 15% referral fee off of the $24.99. And those are the only fees you pay, and then you just ship out the product to the customer. Automatically confirm the shipping once you buy shipping, and then confirm buy shipping, and then it'll automatically pop up here, guys. You'll do print shipping label. You can use normal printer paper and a normal printer. It'll print out the USPS or the UPS label on a normal page, and then you just cut that out and then just tape it to the outside of the center of an envelope, a bag, or a box, shipping box. And then you just drop it off at UPS or USPS or FedEx, and you're off. You've just successfully fulfilled an FBM order. This is you could even reuse envelopes that you get. Let's say you're buying products off Amazon and you have a bunch of these envelopes or boxes laying around. You could actually just print your shipping label through UPS or whatever you buy through your buy shipping through Seller Central and just tape over this old label. And then you could put your product right into this envelope and then ship it, or you could go into a poly bag and then into the final packaging. But this final packaging is what you'll have to enter the weight and dimensions for when you buy shipping. Now, when you print the shipping label and you cut and tape it onto the final box, bag, or envelope, I signed up for a free UPS business account, and they sent me for free these half-page sticker labels. So I actually put these, I believe it's face down, in my printer, and then they automatically print on this sticker paper that I can just peel off. But you can absolutely just use normal printer paper. You don't have to buy these special labels, but it is free, I think, if you sign up for a UPS business account. And then this is the FNSKU, guys. If you do need, for some reason, to print out your FNSKU, label it yourself on some inventory, and then ship it into Amazon, you can buy these off Amazon. They're pretty cheap. They're called 30 Up labels. 30 Up labels. Just type that into Amazon, and this is what your FNSKU barcode will print out on. So you would print these out on those 30 Up labels, and then peel them off and sticker them on the poly bag or box of each unit. Now I want to talk about shipping returns. There's a couple settings you should be aware of. So if you go up here to your settings and shipping settings for merchant fulfilled, let me just show you that. I like the US domestic 3 to 4 days. So this is the shipping template I recommend you choose for FBM. So for domestic shipping, US domestic, this is the one I recommend you choose. For FBM is just domestic shipping, 3 to 4 day, 3 to 5 day transit time for these regions here. This is the one I recommend you choose, just the standard US domestic shipping settings, okay? And if you need more information about the migrated template or the other options, you can check in here under your shipping settings for which shipping options are available. But I just do the US domestic 3 to 5 day or 3 to 4 day, 2 to 4 day shipping. This means once an order comes in, you'll have 1 to 2 days to process the order. So I try to process the order and print the barcode at least within 24 hours of the order coming in, or send it to your 3PL to do that. And then it'll automatically confirm the order, and you have a certain delivery window that shows in your orders tab how many days you have to get it to the customer. And then so you'll want to buy your shipping that matches up with that. Okay, guys, and then sometimes buyers for FBM orders will pay for expedited shipping. Make sure when you are in your Manage Orders tab, you do pay attention. Like if the customer spent extra dollars on a 2-day shipping or an overnight, you'll get more money. But make sure you are paying attention to the delivery by date or arrive by or ship by date. And also pay attention to quantity. A lot of times I'll have customers order multiple and I missed it and I only sent them one. So make sure you look at the quantity, the ship by date, the arrival by date when you're buying shipping for your FBM orders through your Seller Central account. Return settings is the last thing I want to talk about. I would go here. I want to authorize each request, and I would like Amazon to provide an unpaid mailing label. Or you can do, I will provide a prepaid mailing label for this request. That's for returns. You won't get a ton of returns for FBM orders. Usually the buyer will reach out to you through your buyer-seller messages. Make sure to respond to those within 24 hours and try to fix any issues. Maybe it never arrived, and you can send them a replacement unit by just reprinting the shipping label or buying it again and then shipping it to the customer. And then if they do want to return it, you can have them just mail it back to you and refund them the shipping costs, or you can choose that in the return settings, have Amazon provide a prepaid return label, and that'll just come out of your account's balance. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for how to create and fulfill merchant fulfilled FBM orders step by step, how to label them, process them. If you have any questions or comments and need some advice or some help, or need me to calculate how much I think your product's shipping cost would be, you're welcome to leave me those questions down below, and I'll make sure to answer each of those personally. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means the world to me, all of the support that I've been so grateful to get here on the channel. It's a fast growing channel, and I couldn't do without each and every one of you. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next video.